In the frantic, fragmented, and dopamine-drenched ruins of 2026, humanity is suffering from a catastrophic signal leak. Dr. Thorne is here to tell you that your brain is not just a collection of neurons, it is a complex electrical grid that has become dangerously uninsulated. Every high-level skill, every moment of deep focus, and every spark of genius requires a biological insulator called myelin, the fatty white matter that wraps around your neural axons in multiple, dense layers. Myelin is the difference between a copper wire and a fiber-optic cable. It is what allows electrical signals to travel at nearly 300 miles per hour instead of a sluggish 3. Yet, in the modern landscape of 2026, your constant multitasking, your shallow consumption of digital garbage, and your lack of repetitive, high-stakes practice have caused your neural insulation to thin and degrade. You are an electrical system with short circuits. You are trying to run a high-definition existence through a low-bandwidth, corroded brain. In this 66th chapter, we are entering the hardwiring chamber. We are going to thicken the shroud, stop the leakage, and transform your nervous system into a weapon of high-velocity sovereignty. Understand the staggering magnitude of this neural erosion. Most of the inhabitants of 2026 are living in a state of advanced cognitive fragmentation. You feel it as the inability to read a deep book, as the sudden loss of focus during a critical task, and as a permanent, soul-crushing sense of mental fog. You are literally bleeding voltage because your neural highways have lost their shielding. Dr. Thorne demands that you stop ignoring the data and start viewing myelination as the ultimate, non-negotiable metric of your human excellence. A man with thin myelin is a man who can be easily distracted, easily manipulated, and easily outpaced. We are going to stop treating intelligence as a static trait and start treating it as a hardwired infrastructure. We are going to weaponize your oligodendrocytes, the specialized cells that weave the shroud, to reinforce the circuits of your ambition. The world is getting slower and noisier, you are going to get faster and more focused. It is time to insulate the power of your will. The modern world wants your brain to be leaky. A distracted population is a manageable population, predictable, reactive, and incapable of sustained resistance. Dr. Thorne's protocol is an act of neural rebellion. We are moving beyond the simplistic notions of brain training and into the realm of total axonal mastery. We are targeting the very sheath where your thought meets your action. By thickening the myelin shield, we allow your cognition to function at its peak velocity. This is a command to your biology. You are the architect of your own internal wiring, and today, we begin the total reconstruction of your signal. Step into the chamber. Leave the static behind. The cable is calling for its master. How does the neural architect initiate the repair of a leaky system? It starts with the absolute implementation of the deep practice protocol. Myelin does not grow through passive observation, it grows through the struggle of the edge. In the soft, automated convenience of 2026, most of you have lost the ability to struggle correctly. You avoid the friction of difficult learning, yet it is that very friction that signals your oligodendrocytes to begin the wrapping process. When you push a neural circuit to its absolute boundary, when you reach the point of failure and force the brain to fire the signal again and again, you are sending a biological command to insulate the path. Dr. Thorne's protocol focuses on high-intensity focus blocks. We are eliminating the parasitic noise of multitasking and integrating periods of total cognitive immersion. You are giving your brain the direct command to turn a dirt road into a superhighway. But true wiring requires the sanctum of neural silence. Just as the muscle requires rest to rebuild, the myelin shroud requires periods of total sensory deprivation to set and solidify. In the notification-riddled chaos of 2026, your oligodendrocytes are constantly interrupted, preventing the multi-layered wrapping. Through the hardwiring protocol, we utilize cycles of 90 minutes of intense edge practice followed by 20 minutes of absolute quiet. This rhythm allows the biological weavers to do their work. We are turning your brain into a deep processing unit. Dr. Thorne insists that axonal integrity is the true fountain of mastery. When your circuits are insulated, your decision-making stabilizes, your skill acquisition skyrockets, and your mental endurance becomes near infinite. You have become the master of the internal signal. You are the engineer of the speed. The hardwired state is where your skills are instinctive. Whether it is a strategic maneuver or a creative breakthrough, your neural system responds with zero latency. This is the difference between the modern static human and the sovereign master. While the former is struggling to process, the latter is already executing. We are optimizing the cables. We are clearing the bleed. We are ensuring that your intent is never compromised by trivialities. This is the first law of the hardwiring chamber: the signal must be pure. The shroud must be thick. Master the wrap, or be consumed by the slow, blurry decay of the masses. Deep within the hardwiring chamber lies the Lipid Command. Myelin is not made of magic, it is made of elite fats. Specifically, it is 80% lipids. In the fatphobic and seed oil-saturated nightmare of 2026, your brain is starving for the structural components of its own insulation. You are trying to build a high-performance network out of metabolic sludge. Dr. Thorne's protocol requires the total restoration of the lipid supply. We are utilizing sphingolipids, high-dose DHA, and phosphatidylserine, the high-octane building blocks that your cells require to weave the shroud. This is structural sovereignty. You are providing your biology with premium materials to wrap your axons in a dense, impenetrable layer of pure efficiency. Without the right lipids, your deep practice is a wasted effort. You cannot weave a shroud from thin air. Imagine your neural axons as a hyperspeed fiber-optic network. The myelin is the high-grade protective coating that ensures electrical photons move at maximum velocity without interference. Without this coating, the signal bleeds, causing heat, inflammation, and cognitive failure. By providing the Lipid Command, you are making your nervous system superconductive to the stresses of the modern world. You are preventing the neural friction that leads to burnout. Dr. Thorne demands that you respect the macronutrition of your flow. You cannot possess macrointelligence without maintaining microstructural integrity. The restoration of the lipid matrix is the difference between a brain that degrades and a brain that sharpens. We are building for the dynasty. Fuel the cable, or let the signal die. This lipid supply is also your protective barrier. A well-myelinated brain is physically more resilient to oxidative stress. It is the armor of the soul. When this system is fueled correctly, your neural plasticity becomes a directed tool rather than a random reaction. By providing elite fats, you are allowing your system to sculpt itself according to your will. A sovereign doesn't just wish for focus, he constructs the physical hardware that makes focus inevitable. Feed the shroud. Build the cable. Become the master of the biological hardware. The fats are your infrastructure. Let us be clinical in the shadows of the lab. Myelin density is the ultimate, unfiltered truth of your strategic power. It is the metric that separates the generalist from the specialist. Whether it is a multi-billion-dollar puzzle or split-second reflexes, your axonal insulation is the primary signal of your competence. In 2026, neural slowdown is a silent pandemic, masked by AI and digital crutches. Dr. Thorne calls this the velocity of the soul. When you restore the myelin shroud, you are reclaiming your biological speed. You are reawakening the snap and the precision suppressed by a low-bandwidth culture. You are becoming a high-velocity system in a world of buffering humans. This is the hardwired state in its peak glory. You are operating with total neural fluidity. Your brain is shielded from distraction, keeping your focus laser-sharp and your mood unshakable. Your skills are no longer effortful, they fire with the speed of instinct. While the masses are suffering from cognitive lag and mental drift, you have become a fiber-optic network of pure intent. Dr. Thorne knows that a man with thick myelin cannot be mentally exhausted. He possesses the reaction time of the predator. You have turned your nervous system into your greatest strategic weapon. You have mastered the wrap, and in doing so, you have mastered the speed of life itself. The high-velocity human is a force of nature. He enters a complex situation and the variables freeze because his brain processes reality 10 times faster than everyone else. This is the myelin presence. You cannot fake this with a degree. It is a biological fact written in your white matter. Dr. Thorne demands nothing less than neural perfection. In the ruins of 2026, where most are slowly unraveling, you will be the one tightening. You will possess the precision of the forge. The signal is the fuel of the empire, and your empire is finally hardwired. Do not let the signal bleed. Keep the shroud thick. Keep the velocity absolute. As we conclude this 66th transmission from Dr. Thorne's laboratory, I want you to take the vow of the hardwired sovereign. This is the official end of your neural leakage. From this day forward, you will treat your axons as vital infrastructure and your focus as biological gold. You will engage in the deep practice protocol with religious intensity and the Lipid Command to keep your insulation unbreakable against the distractions of 2026. You will refuse the shallow sludge and embrace a velocity supremacy as your mode of existence. You will be the master of the signal, and you will never again allow your will to be slowed or stagnated by the noise of modern living. You are a being of speed, of precision, and of hardwired power. The transmission of the 66th is complete. The myelin shroud is now part of your biological blueprint. Go out and let the world see the precision in your actions and the unshakable focus in your gaze. Let them wonder how you remain so sharp in a world that has become so blurry. Tell them you have visited the hardwiring chamber and learned the ultimate secret, that power is not found in thought alone, but in the shroud that protects the signal. This is Dr. Julian Thorne, ending the broadcast for the architects of the new velocity. Stay fast. Stay sovereign. Stay lethal. The signal is moving at the speed of command. Farewell, you neural titan. The velocity is yours.